Hello everyone, welcome to Skills Build Training YouTube channel. Myself Mohammad Zubair, and this channel is all about showing you how to become an IT pro really fast. So the topic of today's video is TCP/IP explained simply for beginners. So without any further ado, let's get started. If we talk about the abbreviation, TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and IP stands for Internet Protocol. So first of all, let's understand what a protocol is. A protocol is like a set of rules which explain and governs that how the communication will take place. If we talk about in terms of networking, we take this mean by transfer of data from one place to another or one system to another system. In networking, when we transfer our data, it uses many protocols to reach the destination from the source. And we call those protocols as protocol suite. Let's explain this phenomena a bit further so that we can understand that how TCP/IP works. Let's say you sent a letter to your friend, and it was not just like you posted the letter and then that letter got posted to your friend straight away. Obviously, the letter must have gone to your post office and from there to the post office of your friend, and then it would have gotten posted to your friend's house. In between all that, the letter must go through many processes and many paths until it was ready to be dispatched and sent to your friend from you. Just like that, when we transfer something on the internet, it passes through some protocols, takes some paths, and follows some guidelines in order to reach a destination system. Basically, we have 7 layers on the internet through which the data have to pass through, and those 7 layers are called as OSI model, and it looks something like this. At the top we have application layer, and then we have presentation layer, and then we have session layer, and it follows transport layer, and then we have network layer, and second last layer is data network layer, and the last one is physical layer. Well, there is no universal rule that which layer is the first one and which layer is the last one, because if you are receiving the data, you might see application layer as the first layer, and if you are sending the data, you might see physical layer as the sending layer, or it can be vice versa. So it all depends that how you conceive this and how you understand about it. Let's have a little introduction about what each layer performs. The application layer is your end device or your software like your web browser or the email client. So whatever you see on the screen is basically on the application layer. The presentation layer prepares the data. It means the data which is to be shown on the application layer. It also defines that how two devices should process the data so that it can reach the destination correctly. The next layer is session layer, and it is responsible for creating the communication channels, and they are known as sessions. We create these channels between the sending and receiving devices. The next layer is transport layer, and it works on the data. The data which gets transferred to the session layer and breaks it into segments. In simple words, by segment we mean small parts. It is also responsible for assembling the segments when it receives the data. The TCP protocol works on this layer. So obviously, when we divide a message or a data into segments, we must reassemble those segments in order to get the data in full form. Transport layer works on that. The next layer is network layer. Basically, it has two functions. The first one is to break the segments which we got from the transport layer into the network packets. So it means we will divide the data in more smaller pieces. Basically, the data which travels into the network travels in the form of packets. The second function of the network layer is to reassemble those segments on the receiving end. The IP protocol works on this layer. The data link layer is responsible for establishing and terminating the connection between the two nodes which are connected physically. The last layer, which is known as physical layer, is responsible for physical connection between the network nodes, and it can be through some physical cables or through a wireless network. In modern day internet, both means of connection are getting used. So that was all about the OSI model, and if you want to understand how it works, please let us know. We will have a brief video on that. By now, we know that how our data gets transferred from one place to another, and what are the layers and their responsibilities involved in all of this operation. Now, let's talk about the TCP IP. Most people take these two as single unit because they are often called together, just like we are calling them together, and that is why people get it wrong to think of them as single thing. But in reality, they both are different. They work on different layers too. As I have told you earlier, that TCP work on transport layer and IP works on network layer. So let's see how they differ from each other in terms of their functionalities. The TCP protocol is responsible for the delivery of data towards the destination which gets sent, and it sends the data towards an IP address. And from where does this IP address comes from? That is the question. And this is where IP comes in. IP protocol is responsible for obtaining the IP address, and then TCP protocol uses that IP address to send the data to that IP address. So it means they both are dependable upon each other somehow. Now the question is why they are often talked together when they have different jobs to do. Well, it is possible to differentiate them on the basis of their jobs and the work they perform, but as they both get used together, that is why many people take them as single entity. If you take a daily life example to understand it in more better way, just think of a phone number and think of it as your IP protocol, and the TCP protocol is like the technology in your phone which makes your phone ring and helps and allows you to talk to another person on another phone. Yes, their duties and work is different, but would it be possible for both of them to work individually? Obviously, your phone number needs a technology to make it work in more efficient way. Obviously, if we differentiate them and we try to work them separately, that would be meaningless. And now let's see how TCP IP work in detail, and let's see what are their functionalities and responsibilities. The origin of TCP IP took place by the US Department of Defense to define that how the data will get transferred from one device to another. TCP IP defines that how the data will be exchanged over the internet, and it provides end-to-end communication to make sure that your data gets transferred successfully. And with the help of end-to-end communication, it identifies that how the data will get broken into packets, then how it will be addressed, transmitted, routed over the network, and how it will be received at the destination. If we say the main emphasis of TCP IP is to ensure and maximize the accuracy, it would not be wrong. To make sure that it gets the accuracy, there are a lot of steps involved in it. Imagine if the system sends the message or data as a single piece, and on the way to its destination, the message or data gets lost. Now, what would the network do? Obviously, it will have to send the data again, but that can cause a lot of delay in the data transmission. And along with that, the data will consume a lot of resources from the network, as it will be sending the data again and again in case of data loss. But with the help of TCP/IP, we get to solve this problem. As I have talked earlier when I was talking about the OSI layers, that our messages get divided into segments, and then those segments gets divided into packets. TCP/IP breaks the data or message into packets. Once all the packets reach the destination, they all are reassembled again. Now, what is the benefit of converting our data or message into packets? The answer is really simple. In case if any of our packets of the data gets lost during the transmission, the network does not have to send the whole data or message again. It just needs to send the lost packet, and because of that, the data and messages gets transferred more quickly, and it will consume fewer resources as compared to when the network had to send the whole data again. TCP/IP uses the 4 layers for communication tasks, and each layer has a different function. The first one is the data link layer. It is also known as the link layer, and in some networking model, it is also known as the physical layer. This layer is responsible for the handling of the physical aspects of sending and receiving the data. Again, it can be a cable, network interface card, or a wireless network. The next layer which TCP/IP uses is the internet layer. It is known as the network layer. If we talk about in terms of OSI model, it is known as the network layer. It is responsible for the control of the movement of packets of data in the network. At the third, we have the transport layer. This layer is responsible for the reliable connection between two devices. Division of data into packets take place here as well. It also acknowledges the packets that it receives from the other devices, and it also makes sure that other devices also acknowledges when it receives the packets. The last layer which TCP/IP protocol uses is the application layer. This is where the data gets presented to the end user. So basically, the software or the application used over the internet is the application layer. It can be your browser, email client, or it can be your gaming engine. So that is how TCP/IP works and how they communicate with different layers. And with that, we get to the end of today's video. I hope you are clear now about TCP/IP and how it works in the network. If that is the case, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon as well. If you have something to ask or if you want to suggest something, please leave a comment below. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Till the next video, take care.